Hey WWE Universe, so today it is time for my Raw review, and first we're going to start off with WWE opening Raw to have a tribute to the Ultimate Warrior, who sadly passed away last Tuesday. Um, they showed a wonderful video clip of his WWE career and also his Hall of Fame, WrestleMania stuff that he did, and some clips with his daughters, which I thought was so wonderful. They also showed throughout the night ultimate moments, which were clips of some big things the Ultimate Warrior did, and I just think it was great. And they told the bell 10 times, and it's always hard to lose a wrestler that you really thought was just wonderful. I mean, even if you didn't really care for them, it's always sad to hear somebody so wonderful passing away, but I think it makes it a little worse when you see some of your favorite wrestlers crying. You're like, okay, I was holding it in until I saw that, and then I was like, okay, I can't hold it anymore. But I'm really glad that they did a tribute night to the Ultimate Warrior. A lot of wrestlers had the shirt on, or the Usos had their face painted, and I just think it was a great way to show how much everybody loved the Ultimate Warrior. Next, throughout the night, we had a Intercontinental Championship number one contenders tournament. So we had so many people facing each other, and then they're advancing every week until we go to Extreme Rules, which they will be facing Big E Langston. So we have Alberto Del Rio versus RVD, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't care if neither one of these guys go to um go to Extreme Rules. I really don't care. Um but RVD did win with a 5-star frog splash, so I guess that was a little better than Alberto winning, but it was still RVD, and I really don't care for him that much. Next we have Rybaxel versus Cody Rhodes and Goldust, and I really feel like this match wasn't really a lot. I feel like it was just kind of eh. I feel like it could have been a lot better. I don't know if Rybaxel is just kind of like giving up. Surprisingly, they did win when Ryback hit Cody with a meat hook clothesline, because that just, oh, that makes you hurt when you see it. Does that hurt anybody else when you see a move and you're like, okay, that hurt me? Ugh, Ryback scares the crud out of me, like how big he is. And I don't know, I just feel like the match could have been better. I think Cody and Goldust definitely did a good job, but I feel like Rybaxel is just kind of fading out, and they're only used to kind of fill something, which is sad because I think they really have a lot of potential. Next we have Paige versus Alicia Fox, and as everybody knows, Paige did beat AJ Lee to become the new Divas champion, so Paige has definitely got a big bullseye right on her face. Uh, I think Alicia Fox has really been pushed away and not used, and seeing her against Paige last night was amazing. She did such a good job. I think I forgot how much ability she has to just, just kick ass. Like, it was awesome. She was in control most of the match, but then Paige hit the Scorpion crosslock submission, and Alicia tapped out. But I was really surprised with how Alicia did, and I feel like for most of the match, Paige wasn't. She was mostly getting it handed to her. Like she was just kind of laying on the mat. So I feel like we have a lot more that we can see from Paige. If you guys saw her at NXT, she is talented. Obviously, she's the NXT champion, so obviously she's a good wrestler, but I feel like we're going to see a lot more from Paige. Next we have Batista and Randy Orton versus the Usos. This ended in a disqualification. The Shield came out and attacked Randy Orton and Batista, sending them to the back pretty much. I feel like the Usos and Randy Orton and Batista, of course they're all very talented guys, but I don't know, I feel like the Usos are only getting used to show the strength and power of Randy and Batista. So, in a way, that kind of sucks. But, of course, the Usos are talented. Then, when The Shield came out, I think that was awesome. They just, like, attacked Orton and Batista and just sent them going to the back. And I actually am really starting to like The Shield a lot. I was really sick of them, like, cheating all the time, or, it was just annoying, but I actually really like them. They're growing on me. Next, we have Cesaro and Mark Henry in the Intercontinental Champion #1 contender tournament. I said that right, I think. So I was really looking for Cesaro to win. He has, like, quickly become one of my absolute favorites. I love that he's a Paul Heyman guy, and I just wish he had some music when he came out instead of Paul Heyman talking. That's the only thing I would change, is I'd like some music instead of Walrus speaking the entire time. So Cesaro was stuck in the World's Strongest Slam, but kind of wiggled out of it and hit the neutralizer on Mark Henry, and that was amazing. To see Cesaro pick up Mark Henry, I was like, are you going to be able to do this? I mean, wow, that was amazing. Right there, that shows you he definitely deserves a title shot. That was just awesome. So Cesaro did advance. And next we have Alexander Rusev versus Xavier Woods, and I think everybody knows when that man comes out, there's no hope for whoever he's facing. And Xavier was just being used as a rag doll. It was like, did the match even last a minute? I really don't know. I feel like maybe it lasted a minute. Lana talking and then making it down the ramp, I think, lasted a lot longer than the actual match. So Alexander did defeat Xavier Woods, and then R-Truth got involved, and Lana told Alexander to crush R-Truth, and he definitely listens to Lana when she talks to him, so that was crazy, and I really think he has a big future in the WWE, but he kind of scares me, and I don't want him to get anywhere near me. He's just a monster. Next, we have Sheamus and Jack Swagger in the Intercontinental Championship tournament. I'm not going to name the whole thing. You guys know already. But I wanted Jack Swagger to win. I think he is so talented. I feel like he's really just being used poorly. I think he could really, if you guys didn't know, he did beat Big E with the help of Zeb Coulter at a house show this weekend. So he did hold the title for like a minute or two. So he does have, even though Zeb helped him, I think Swagger can do it on his own. But sadly, Sheamus hit the brogue kick on Swagger to win and advance. But Sheamus's ankle was pretty hurt because Swagger did put the Patriot lock on him, and so he was limping and he wasn't able to put a lot of weight on his ankle. So you never know, that could cost him the match next week. Next, we have Big Show versus Damian Sandow. That sadly did not happen. Damian was talking about himself and didn't even want the Big Show to come out, didn't want to have a match until he was done talking, and the Big Show just wasn't having it. He hit the KO punch on Damian Sandow, and that was it. The match didn't even get started, and it was sad because I really wanted to see it. I like watching the Big Show. I like Damian Sandow. It was sad that that match didn't happen and it had to end that way. Next, we have John Cena coming out after the Wyatts invited him to come out. And I thought it was hilarious. A lot of people I noticed did not like it. But if you remember, a lot of times John Cena, he messes around. He's just silly. He wants everybody to have a good time. And especially with the kids, they try to make it, kid-friendly at times. So, John Cena went back to putting pictures up and saying that he found out who Sister Abigail is, he was showing different people that actually had either Bray Wyatt's face, Luke Harper, or Eric Rowan's face, and it was just hilarious. I thought it was funny, and I don't think Bray was having any of it. So John Cena was like, do you want me to be serious? And so he got in this serious mode and said that he wanted to challenge Bray to a steel cage match at Extreme Rules. And of course, I don't know how much they can get involved. I really hope they keep it to Bray and Cena and don't have the rest of the Wyatt family get involved, because a steel cage should keep everybody out. But as we saw at the Elimination Chamber, that doesn't really happen. So hopefully, hopefully it's just Cena and Wyatt. And I think it has the potential to be really good, but then in a way, I'm kind of don't care for this feud. I just like to see both of them doing something different, but hopefully soon they'll end this feud because it's just kind of goofy. Next we have Fandango with Layla, and if you guys hadn't noticed through Twitter, Fandango broke up with Summer Rae, and this is kind of for her to go film the Marine 4. The Marine 4. So, it was kind of like they made it look like this big thing when actually she's just going to film a movie with The Miz. So, oh, I'm sorry. They were against Santino and Emma, of course, because that's, I guess, all the people we have to team together. Of course, Emma's being goofy. I don't know if I mean, I like her dance, but sometimes it's just a little too much. Layla pinned Emma to win, and I really loved Layla's outfit. It was beautiful, but I feel like we could have a lot more. I feel like you could just randomly tag people up, and it could be interesting. So maybe they'll do more of this. I'd like to see more than just Santino and Emma. I feel like they could really tag a lot of people up. It might be weird, but it would be interesting. Next we have Bad News Barrett and Dolph Ziggler in the last, last little chunk of the Intercontinental Championship tournament before we start really getting down to it. So I really honestly couldn't pick. I really wanted Bad News Barrett to win, but then just a little bit more, I wanted Dolph Ziggler to win because I feel like he's really underused. He's so talented. I really think he deserves to have a title match. And him and Big E were actually, that's how kind of Big E started, was paired with Dolph Ziggler. And I think they know each other so well that it would be a really exciting match. But Bad News Barrett won and he advanced. So next week we will be seeing more of the advances until we find out who faces Big E at Extreme Rules. But I was like, oh, I'm glad Bad News Barrett won, but Dolph Ziggler, oh, it kind of hurt me a little bit. I was sad. And last but not least, we have The Shield versus, and I wrote all this down so I wouldn't forget everybody's name, Alberto Del Rio, Jack Swagger, Bad News Barrett, Alexander Rusev, Fandango, Rybaxel, Titus O'Neil, and 3MB. That is a lot of people to face, and it was just a mess. This match ended in no contest. It was all over the place. The Shield was getting overwhelmed, which is kind of crazy. And then, did you guys mark out for this? Because I did. I totally did. We have Evolution, minus Ric Flair, getting back together. Batista, Randy Orton, and Triple H forming Evolution again. Did anybody? I hope I don't think I am, but everybody else should have marked out for this, because I know I did not. I was not the only one that marked out. It was amazing. And so the Shield got hit with some RKOs, Batista bombs, and a final pedigree to put the Shield down, and I think this is going to be an amazing feud. I don't know where they're gonna go with this, but this is gonna be an awesome feud. And that was Monday Night Raw. I thought it was great. It got a little boring at certain points. I felt like the matches weren't as good as they could have been, but it was a good show, and I really enjoyed the Ultimate Warrior tribute. It was wonderful. So let me know what you guys thought about Raw. Who did you want to see advance in the tournament? Did you see the people that you want advance, or did you think other people deserved it more? So I will see you soon, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.